I'm doing very well. How are you today?
Good, good. Doing well, yeah.
Thank you so much
Uh,
for having us. We really appreciate it.
awesome for coming. Congratulations on selling out really fast the pre-sale, I see.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely a highlight of the weekend and something that we'll be anxious to share with Whale Coin Talk community.
Awesome. Well, if you're ready, I can start the record and introduce you, and then we can go into the project.
That
I'm
sounds
not sure if
fantastic. Thank you.
I'm not sure if there's feedback off your mic. I'm getting feedback when I speak. Maybe if you mute your mic and when I'm speaking, and then when you're speaking, I'll mute mine. Yeah, that's better. There's no feedback then. 1 second, I'll just start the record and introduce you, David. Welcome to the WellCoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us Versatile Finance. Here speaking for Versatile Finance is David J. We'll be going into all the details of the project shortly. But first, can you introduce yourself with your background and experience, David?
Yeah, absolutely. And then if you wouldn't mind, could you bring D Block up as well as a speaker?
B Boss, are they called?
D Block.
D Block, sorry.
Yep. Um, yeah, so thank you so much, Glenn and Whalecoin Talk community for having Versa Finance on today. My name's David, communications officer with Versa. I've been with Versa from day one when we initially came up with the thought of this project. That's been some time ago, back in the March April timeframe. As far as my crypto experience, been a casual investor in the space for about 10 years now, since 2012, and really got involved in the project side probably about 10 months ago, and have just really enjoyed getting involved in the DeFi space and the unique attributes of what can be brought to the table as products, and super excited to be part of the Versa team and everything that's we're building, and so excited to be sharing everything about this with the community today, and then we'll go through all the launch details that coming up, and take any questions. So really excited. And yeah, let me see if yeah, decentralized
See D
block,
Boss
Glenn. Decentralized
in the
block.
list. Oh, D Block here. I've got him. Yeah, that's it. There you are. I unmuted him. Yeah. If I don't know if D Block wanted to introduce
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, sure. This is D Block. I am part of the strategy team of Versatile Finance, and I've been in crypto for 2+ years now, mostly trading on exchanges and then to offline chain crypto. I take care of basically defining the strategy roadmap and also building utilities for Versatile Finance.
Great, guys. So, yeah, for the community investors, if you can give us an introduction to the Versatile Finance project, that'd be great.
Yeah, that sounds good. So when we started Versa Finance, one of the things we wanted to really look at was identifying a problem. What we see in the specifically in the BSC and the DeFi space is so many tokens, coins launching without really coming to the table with solving a problem. And so we really sat down and focused as a team, where did we see challenges in the DeFi space? And one of the areas that we really saw was just every project that's coming to market seems to have to go through and reinvent the wheel with kind of every aspect of the launch phase. Finding devs, finding funding, really just good DApp developers, developing their community, and we really wanted to figure out a way to address that and offer products and services that could help incubate projects from that initial idea phase through funding rounds, and then if they need development help, audits, things along those lines, and really start that way. And so that's really where we've started, but we wanted to take a different approach too, in that we wanted to look at this as a business and offer sustainable products and services that were going to generate revenue for the project. And we really look at the Versa token as almost like how you would owning stock in a company, really as a shareholder of the Versa business. And everything that we're building is contributing back to providing shareholder benefits and overall benefiting the overall ecosystem or business side that we have. So we wanted to come to market with live utilities, and I'll go through all of the utilities that we will have live as of right now. And we wanted those to be live so that we were generating revenue for the project from day one. And I'm so excited to say that that has come to light. We are actually a revenue generating business at the moment. And we're super excited. So for those that have not followed Versa, we just did our initial pre-sale on Saturday. So up until that point, we were entirely self-funded. Our project team was the funding background or the funding backbone for Versa, building all of these utilities. And we just did our pre-sale on Saturday. And as you mentioned, Glenn, I think before we started the recording, it was tremendously successful. Pink Sale even tweeted about the success of it. We sold out the entire pre-sale in 40 seconds, which is phenomenal. So we had, a number of whitelist investors. It ended up being, if I had to guess, it was probably about 95% of our whitelist investors maxed out their contribution. So tremendous just buzz and excitement about the pre-sale. With that, we will be launching the Versa token tomorrow at 16:30 UTC. So that is the official launch time. So super excited about that. So if you are interested after you hear what we have to say today, we welcome all investors to Versa. We're super excited to finally be at this stage. As I've said, we've had a long road to develop these utilities, get them to market, establish some fantastic partnerships, and finally get this this token out to the community. There's a huge buzz about it, and we couldn't be more excited to have all these holders starting to receive the benefits. So really fantastic. So if you have any questions there, otherwise I'll jump straight into utilities.
Awesome, David. Yeah, we'll go into utilities in a second. I just wanted to point out with the pre-sale, yeah, congratulations, it sold out super fast, and there's a vesting period for 12 days. I think you get 25% each 3 days, so there's no sort of sell pressure really for the first few weeks, which is great. And yeah, so if you go into the utilities, you've got the Versa serve, and that's going to be the contract development all the way down to the website logo and graphics. So you're going to offer a full package for projects out there.
Yeah, that's correct. So one thing I just want to correct really quick: the vesting period on the pre-sale is 50% will be available at launch, and then 25% every 3 days. So after 6 days, you'll have your full pre-sale contribution.
Yeah, so maybe we can go into the Versa serve or however you'd like to do it with the utilities.
Yeah, I think I'll just kind of jump into what we have now as far as live utilities. We have quite a suite of products already. So the first one that we're really excited about, it was the first one that we launched, and one that we will continue to develop and market very heavily, is our crowdfunding platform. So if you're familiar with crowdfunding in kind of the Web 2 world, where you can make contributions to products or businesses that are going live, we had that idea from the Web 3 crypto space, where projects can contact us. We already have the live dashboard on versatile.finance. So if you are interested in pursuing this method of funding, it is live and available. And really the way that it works is we get a project, we put all of their pertinent details on the crowdfunding platform, set all of the dates, and then people can come in and contribute to that and raise funds that way. And one of the great aspects of that is one of the things that Versa has done from day one has been connecting with a lot of communities. So we've held our own AMAs, inviting projects on to come share their products to our community, and vice versa through AMAs. And so we've really built a tremendous community that if you're launching a new product, having access to, thousands of community members from day one is a huge advantage to using our crowdfunding platform. So you, right out of the gate, by choosing that product, you really do get access to a large number of potential investors that can, after doing their own research, can determine if they want to invest in that particular product that's listed on our crowdfunding platform. In addition to that, what's great is typically with that crowdfunding relationship, we've also established other aspects that we're supporting them with. So as part of our suite of services, we really provide all of the Web3 backbone, if you will, to bring a product to light. So whether that's contract development, community development, websites, kind of the whole gambit of setting up a new token for launch. On top of that, one of the things that we've also launched already is our smart contract audit services. So we've completed a number of audits already. So again, a revenue generating product that is out there and live. We've supported a number of tokens to date as far as audits go. So really excited to offer that service. Those are all listed on our website if you're interested in seeing which tokens we have provided audits for. A couple, I would say, pretty big names in the space have used our service already. The next one that we've partnered with is a contract migration application. So if you've ever had to go through the migration process, going from a version 1 to version 2 contract, et cetera, kind of every project does it different. And we wanted to help bring a product to market that helps alleviate the confusion around that. Everybody does it different. Some do, some you have to send tokens back, some you just get a new airdrop, some you have to go use other services. So with this, we've partnered with a company to offer our contract migration app, which makes it super simple to migrate from a version 1 to version 2 product. So that is actually out there as well, live and ready to go. I already talked a little bit about our Web3 services. The next one that is really good. So kind of what I've already hit on is really tied to bringing new projects to market or partnering with projects. So we're continuing to develop out additional utilities on that front. But the other side of Versa that we really wanted to hit on is investors and the education in the space and making investors comfortable with the products that they were investing in. Obviously, first and foremost, we want everyone to be comfortable with Versa, but also providing a tool set that is, ambiguous enough that you can do research on other tokens, other products that are out there, and feel comfortable at the end of the day investing your money there. And so with that, we launched a social engagement platform called the DeFi Zone. And on that, we've partnered with a number of projects and communities to publish articles about projects, and really try and have articles out there that are educational, whether that's just learning about the crypto space. Projects can submit articles to be posted on there to engage our community and let people learn about their projects. And then on top of that, there's an entire section on the DeFi Zone dedicated to investor tools. And all of these that I'm about to go through, excuse me, are live and ready to go today. Again, ties to the business side of how we're approaching this. Again, we wanted to focus on being a business that is generating revenue with the Versa token as, our shareholder benefit. And so with that, the first piece that we have out there is what we call our wallet analyzer. And what this is geared towards is trying to avoid the confusion of, and really the knowledge necessary to go out to BSC scan and track all of your tokens and all of your transactions and try and determine, are you in a profit? Are you in a loss? What was my average purchase price? Things along those lines. And so what the wallet analyzer does is it allows you to paste in your public address. So you don't even have to connect your wallet to our tool set. And it will give you a summary of what's in your wallet, your profit and loss on those tokens, purchase price, and really just a general summary of your holdings. And it's really a fantastic tool. We have a pretty clear roadmap with where we want to take that particular product. I don't want to go into that one too much, but it's a pretty clear vision with what we want to do with that particular product. But it's so great to be able to go to a space very quickly and just see, you know, here's my profit and loss on that particular investment. And so that's a really great one that we have. The other one that we have is a price API that will let you see really the true price of a token. So what I mean by that is sometimes the price doesn't necessarily take into account burn wallets or, you know, wallets that should be excluded from the circulating supply. And so this reads through BSC and is able to provide that information. So real-time price data. The next product that we have out there is a rewards calculator. So if you've been involved in any tokens that offer some type of reward, so whether that be you know, a shareholder benefit in Bitcoin or, you know, other tokens, for example, Versa will have it as well. This allows you to enter in your holdings and then adjust the volume of transactions on a given day and tell you what you can expect to earn from that over, you know, specific periods of time. So whether that's a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever it is, but you can kind of adjust and see, you know, would you want to up your holdings to get to certain passive income thresholds? This tool makes it very easy to use. And this is another one that we've already partnered with projects. We're providing it out there today for a number of projects. Obviously, Versa will be using this as well. But that is out there as well. And we have a lot of communities that are coming to the DeFi Zone specifically to check that. We also have our consolidated portfolio tracker, which this is another one that's really good when you look at, let's say staking, for instance. If you are staked with a certain token, and that is a type of staking contract where it moves the tokens to the staking contract and out of your wallet, it's easy to lose sight of what are your total holdings. And so what the consolidated portfolio tracker does is it's able to actually combine everything that's out there that's associated with your wallet and give you a true look at what are your total holdings, what are you earning from that. So another just great investment tool. Another product that we have out there that's under development, which we're really excited about, is also what we call our Crypto 360. So again, I want to caveat that this one's under development, but it gives you, I mean, if you're an analytics person and you like data, this is the tool for you. It gives you all sorts of charts and analysis on various tokens. You can do benchmarks against that. So really a strong analytics tool for somebody that really likes to do their own research, but also really do that technical analysis that so many in the space are interested in. We'll also have our own DApps tied to the contract. We actually just launched one today. So that's on the DeFi Zone as well. It's our Versa dashboard. And that will be a way for you to track Versa, the price. It'll have charts. It'll have, some wallet tracking aspects to it. So just another very transparent tool that's going to be out there. So I know, Glenn, I've kind of gone on and on and on. Probably there's a number of questions you or others might have, but I'll open it up to you initially. Do you have questions on kind of anything I just rolled through there pretty quick?
Okay, David. No, that's a great introduction to the utilities for the versatile finance. But going back to the crowdfunding platform, you've got a nice feature there. I see where if you're a registered charitable foundation, there'll be no startup costs from that. But for everyone else on the platform, I'm wondering how it works, how the profit share works, if people want to use the crowdfunding platform.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure if D-Block's still up here. Do you want to handle that aspect?
Yeah, sure, David, I can. So, if you take our crowdfunding platform, right, it's built for DeFi, and it also has some features of DeFi, like we support tokenomics, and there are a few other aspects which does not exist with any crowdfunding tool on the blockchain, right? Now, coming to the profit sharing, like there is a listing fee for every project, and also there is an percentage of a contribution fee. So we have not configured the numbers yet. The reason is we wanted to put the crowdfunding platform to test with Versa, right? What is the best way to test? We did our seed sale on our crowdfunding platform, and we want to make sure at the launch it sits on the contract of Versa and it's able to support tokenomics, right? So once we do a successful test in mainnet after our launch, we are just going to have a listing fee as well as an fee out of the total funds raised. This is for a typical DeFi project. We also support non-DeFi project, and we also support charitable foundations. For charitable foundations, it will be absolutely free. But the charitable foundations will be vetted by Versa, and only that will get listed. There is no auto listing of those charitable fundraising, but it will be absolutely free for them to use.
D-Block. And how are you building, are you building KYC into the crowdfunding platform, sort of vetting these projects as they go along?
Yeah. So one is Versa as an incubator also will list projects. So one that Versa lists will be completely vetted by us, and it will have all the necessary checks and balances, the safety features and everything. We also have an open zone. Anybody can list and raise the funds, which do it at your own risk and research, right? We kind of, if they have KYC already in place, if they have audit already in place, they can list KYC and audit. But that's not mandatory. Anyone can come and list, but it's at their own risk. But any project that Versa certifies or Versa works with, or even the project that comes to us and provide all the necessary documentation, we will have them listed in a safe zone.
Awesome, D-Block. And there's also the Versa-ship. I don't know if we went over that. You've got premier business partners lined up, so you're not going to do everything at the Versatile Finance project. I think you're partnered with a launchpad. Is there any names out there with your premium business partners?
We have a couple of names. See, when we talk about any project launching, right, there are multiple nuts and bolts to it. We have fundraising, we have contract development, we have marketing. Versa cannot handle everything, and that's where our premium partners come into place. So we have already partnered with Rug-Free Coins, who are our main Web3 development partner. We are partnered with DTC Group, who are going to be our marketing partner. Like we have our own social channel, which David spoke about, the DeFi Zone and everything. Apart from that, we will also have extended marketing via DTC, and we have few other groups that are getting onboarded. But until we don't make the final NDA of and we don't make the announcement, we will keep it with us. But yes, we are working on multiple partnership. Launchpad, we have not yet gone into a partnership mode, but we'll be soon talking to launchpads on partnership as well.
I see, D-Block. And then the Versa Serve, you're going to have contract development, contract audit, all the way through, community development, pre-sale support. I'm wondering what you're doing different compared to others in that space, and what are you competitive compared to the competition?
Yes, right. So what we'll do in the future is we will have an fixed price, fixed time DApp development. So if somebody wants a reward tracker, we will have the reward tracker listed, and they can just come and configure it and get it. We are also working on few other utilities that will be more self-service oriented rather than coming to us and buying it every time. So we are working on that aspect. How are we different is we are not only an Web3 development company. We have a team to strategize a project from the incubation to hit getting live. So we are experts in DeFi space who can help the project with tokenomics, who can help the project with the business pitch, the investor pitch. We have pretty good talent within the team and within the community, and who can help through this process, which is lacking in the DeFi space, right? Like if you see, there are hundreds of contract development company, but they just take the specs from you. They do not advise you, and the market is dynamically changing over there. There was once like all the reward tokens were successful. Today, then the success in token is like 1 out of every 100. So how can we build the token that is at 1 out of 100? That's what Versa's vision and mission is.
Yeah, Deepak, I mean, you're offering to build the website, logo, and do the graphics as well for projects. So that's a full package you're offering there, and that'll be great for projects going forward. That's awesome. But can we go into the token as well? You can stake Versa. I was wondering how that works for investors. Is it locked, unlocked staking?
So
Yeah.
go ahead, Deepak.
No, go ahead, David. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I heard you say you can stake. Staking actually is not live. We have staking as a planned future availability, but upon launch, it will not be going live. One incentive that we are going to be offering, we have an airdrop wallet established. So we have not released the details of how that's going to work, but essentially, if you buy and hold Versa token for some predefined timelines, again, we'll be making an announcement very soon in regards to this, but you'll be eligible to receive an airdrop bonus of Versa tokens. So that is going to be our initial kind of bonus incentive. And then we have staking and a staking wallet established from the onset, but that will not be something that is available out of the gate.
See, David. And will the Versa blockchain fund be available shortly after launch? How will that work for investors?
That is something, again, that's future development. So that there's a lot tied to the Versa blockchain fund. So primarily, regulation is the primary key there. So as regulation in the DeFi space becomes a little more clear, we'll have a channel to establish that and kick that off. But ultimately, the goal with that would be to look at the Versa blockchain fund, again, pending regulation and what transpires in the space. Ultimately, that would be something that we would look to treat almost as, like a mutual fund that's out there that you could buy into in the Versa blockchain fund and then receive, investment return, dividends, things along those lines. But, that is something that a lot of regulation and a lot of clarity needs to come to light before it comes. But we have started laying the groundwork for what the development of that looks like. D-Block, I know that's one that maybe you want to add a little bit more to on the blockchain fund.
Yeah, that's right, David. You covered it.
And this might be a question for D-Block, but how many developers have you got working for the contract development for projects and the contract audits?
So we have a core team of 7, and we have extended team. That's where our partners come into play. Rug-Free Coins is a pretty known name, and they have a pretty big development arm in the back end who will be helping us. So it's as we said, it's a combination of the core team and the extended team, which is our partners. We have a pretty big team to support multiple clients at the same time, multiple audits at the same time. So we are well covered with that.
Awesome, D-Block. And can we go into the buy and sell tax for investors? I think there's 3% BUSD rewards. So just by holding the coin, you can get rewards that way, apart from all the utilities you're adding.
Yeah, that's correct. So we have taxes set at 8% buy and sell. With that, the default is 3% BUSD. And why I say the default is because we actually, as our name suggests, versatile, we actually have the ability set up for you to choose your own rewards. So if BUSD, as I said, is the default, that is not what you're interested in. We will have a drop-down list in our D app where you can select other projects, other stable coins that you may want to receive your rewards in. So you can actually select how you want to receive those. That is 3% on the buy and sell side. 3% goes to development, marketing. Really, we don't have, X% for development, X% for marketing. We kind of just have future enhancements, marketing, things like that, all tied into that 3%. 1% goes to liquidity, and then the final 1% goes to a strategic fund, which will be used to, whether that's stabilize the chart with buyback burns, additional token holder benefits, things along those lines. So we will evaluate kind of market conditions and as the name suggests, use that to push up the project in whatever way we feel necessary.
I see, David. And with you offering contract audits, have you done a smart contract audit in-house, or have you had an external one done as well?
No, so we've had 2 external contract audits already performed. One was by InterFi, and then the other one was by RFC. And then we also have obviously first audit, but it wouldn't be right to audit our own contract.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, people might not be as thinking, but obviously, once you've started pumping out lots of contract audits, you'll be a trusted contract auditor in the space. And what's the marketing plans after launch for, say, the first quarter? How are you going to promote all these utilities you offer for projects and promote the versatile finance token?
Yeah, sure. D-Block, you want to handle marketing?
Yeah, sure. Um, some of the services and some of the products that we spoke now are already available and live. If you see the audit services, we have already done 4 audits, and some of these have been pretty big projects. Anyone can go to GitHub and check the details of audit. We have done 4 audit, and all this in a span of last 3 weeks, where we have been busy with the pre-sale launch. We did not do any marketing. One of the best thing about team is we have pretty good community connection, and that's what we are going to leverage. Apart from that, we also have DeFi Zone. So we'll be running multiple promotions during this time for any project that comes to us for audit, contract. We will be also promoting them through our marketing channels for free. This is going to be for first 2-3 months. That way we get more business, more revenue, and more eyes on us. Right. Same thing with contract and with some of the incubation. We are already in discussion with a couple of projects. We are starting that. We are going slow. That's the main thing. We don't want to take 10 projects and then just be a company that is just after revenue. We want to provide value to our investors as well as our customers. Right. That's where our primary focus is. So we are taking it one step at a time. And airdrop that David spoke about is just to give us time to get the services up and running over the next 3-4 months in a way that we are able to scale our services. This airdrop is just to reward the holders so that they can hold on to that token and give us the space to get all this started.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, Glenn, part of it too is the way that we structured this and the way that we set out for is to build a business. So these are all products and services that we intend to be around. And that's why we've been so intentional in the development of these, having all of these revenue generating products and services live before we ever even went to a funding round to the general community or even launched the token. So that was very intentional on our part to let people know there's so much in the DeFi space that gets launched on a daily basis. We wanted to make sure that people saw that we were different and we were approaching this in a very strategic manner, but also in a very long-term vision.
Okay, David, and are you planning, I'm wondering, governance token with a DAO with voting rights for the community investors in the future?
So no plans for that right now. I will say, though, that we do intend to renounce our contract and put that in a locker, which will only be available to change through community vote. So we do intend to do that. But at this time, there's no additional tokens planned.
Let's open it up to community investors. Let's see. Nathan's had his hand up for a while. Nathan, you had a question for Versatile Finance, for David or D-Block. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Hear you.
Hey,
Can you
Nathan.
hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Nathan.
Go ahead, Nathan.
All right. I have one question. I don't know. KYC, your KYC. How many platforms have you done your KYC on? Hello.
Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, sorry, Nathan. You're asking the KYC that Versa did for the
Hello.
team. Hello.
Yes, your KYC. Yes. On what platform have you done your KYC?
We did. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Are you there?
Yeah, we did KYC with Solid Proof, where the team where was validated, where the team basically the wallets were validated with the contract and with the owner of the contract. You can find it if you come to our TG type /KYC. It will take you to the link, and it will also have details on what all was validated as part of the KYC process.
Thank you for the question, Nathan. Let's move on to Syed for the Versatile Finance team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Clint. Okay, so you mentioned about this investor tool called Crypto 360, which will provide full circle views of the token technical charts, token comparison, and AI-driven prediction model. So I want to understand that how will AI algorithm-driven prediction model going to work, and have you developed this AI by yourself, or it's any third-party developed AI, and from where will you be feeding the data to this AI for making predictions?
That's a very nice question. So if you take a difference between a stock market investing and a crypto investing, basically in stock market it's all about technicals, right? A lot of time technicals work. I would not say like 100% of the time, but at least 80%, 85%. But when you talk about crypto investing, it's not only technicals; it's also about social engineering, because the personas that is there in crypto have a different mindset than what is there in stock. The long-term holding versus short-term holding, 2x versus 100x. There are multiple aspects to it, right? So coming to your first question, do we have an in-house team? Yes, I am myself a statistician and data scientist, right? And we have a couple of others who are there. The second thing is, how are we collecting the data for that? The data is key. Like, we have partnered with some of the APIs where we are getting historical data of every token, and see, like, we are not going to start with all the tokens that are out there. We are going to start with the top tokens and then move on to BSC and Ethereum space. So we have the data that is collected on a longer term from different providers. And also, the way we are developing the algorithm is not only based on the historical data, because when you do with the historical data, you run a neural network or any other model, right? You are going to get more bias because the way crypto charts operate. So we also have plugged in additional data sources that are self-created by Versa, right? And that's why if you see in our website, we have Versa APIs as well, right? We will plug in all of it to give a better accurate prediction of the price ranges of a token. Did I answer that?
Yeah, thank you for explaining that very nicely. Okay, moving to my next question. So you also mentioned that holders will be able to select the rewards of their own choice. So I was wondering, on your white paper, it's also mentioned about some percentage. So how will users be able to select the percentage? Will users also be able to select two tokens as a reward? How will that work?
Yeah. So our default token is BUSD. Now, an investor can select one other token, right? So if they select like BTC as the second reward and they set 40% as BTC, then BTC will be 40% and BUSD will be 60%. So the BUSD is fixed. The other is variable, where we will have a list of tokens listed in the dashboard and the investors can come and select it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it. So, about this mutual fund, you mentioned that you will going to be developed in future. So I was just curious that what minimum amount of tokens a user need to hold to be eligible for receiving the dividends from these funds.
So the way the mutual fund is, right, there are two folds, right? So we will start the Versa blockchain fund in near future, right? But it will be more kind of a portfolio within the Versa ecosystem. This is not exposed to an external investor, right? Now, what we will do is, as we are building the portfolio, say like from the revenue that Versa generate from the strategic tax that we get, we will use that to buy some of the top tokens and create a portfolio out of it. Right. Now, this can be used for multiple things. Either we will carry forward everything to mutual fund, or we will take part of the returns from the portfolio to basically distribute as BUSD to investors or buy back and burn. Right. Now, as and when we are growing the blockchain for the portfolio that we have, we will convert it into a blockchain fund, provided that's why we are careful. If you see the document and everything, provided we have regulatory approval to it, right? And at that time, basically what we will do is we will create units, and based on the holding we'll give units. There's no minimum holding, and the remaining units can also be purchased in a regular market as a mutual fund or exchange traded funds, right? That's our long term vision and plan. And if you see any mutual fund as a management fee, so if you buy a mutual fund, the fund managers take a management fee. So the management fee we get, where a percentage of it will be just used to buy back and burn Versa token. So it's feeding into the Versa ecosystem from backend, which increases the shareholder value of the Versa investors. So that's how the cycle works. I know it's complex, but that's the way we have designed it.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that. So the core team will be making the decisions that which crypto projects they will be making the investments for the returns, right? Or community will also have a say in future, maybe.
It's mostly the in-house team, and we may also get somebody from a strong finance background. Like lot from the team are already from the finance background. So, but we will get a dedicated fund manager as we grow. It will be decided by the team. We are not going to invest in, say, like a token which has 20%, 30% or tax or mem coins. And we will be mostly focusing on top crypto and crypto with utilities. Around 10% of the portfolio, maybe we will take a risky bet, but not that risky that we will be losing away with the principal itself, right? So we will have an pretty much vetted and well documented approached process to our Versa blockchain fund.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Thank you so much for explaining that very nicely. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
Great questions. Thank you.
Let's move on to Aisha. You had a question for the Versatile Finance team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So I was wondering, will only in-house graphic designers or developers be providing their services through VersaSurf platform, or you will also open it for freelance developers and graphic designers to offer their services to the clients or project creators?
Yeah, that's a very nice question. And in fact, like see, one of the things that we created DeFi Zone is not only a social platform, but it's also a platform for influencers and also freelancers, right? So it may take a couple of months or 2-3 months to build it, but the idea is Versa as a whole cannot offer all the services that exist, and we cannot scale with it. But that's where we will be tapping onto the external freelancers to provide service for us, and we will be doing kind of an profit sharing over that, where the freelancers will get major benefit, but Versa will take a cut of it, right? Similar to how most of the freelancing website does. So it will be opened for external freelancers as well as we scale.
Understood. I also want to know, will project creators only be able to pay in Versa token for availing various spectrum of services on versatile finance platform, or other cryptocurrencies like BUSD, BNB, ETH, and fiat will also be accepted?
It will be mostly stable coins. So we have not planned to keep Versa token as a mandate. It will be stable coins, because the finally what is going to happen, the revenue that we generate from the Versa portion will be fed into buying Versa token and burning it, or will be fed as BUSD to the investors, right? We do not have mandate to have Versa token as a payment mechanism initially. It will be mostly fiat or BUSD.
Got it. Okay, final question. The audits that you are carrying out are done manually, or they are scanned automatically by any scanner for finding loopholes, errors, or any exploits?
So there are multiple things, right? Like if the first thing we do is we test the contract on testnet manually. We completely test it manually. We review the code manually. Everything is done manually. And once we are satisfied, we ask the team to move into mainnet. Doing the process in the test net, we also give suggestions to the team so that they can modify the contract and come back to us. Once it is in mainnet, we do one more manual testing and we run a automated testing. That's where the automated scanning and everything comes into play. Now we are little expensive than the other audit providers. The only reason is we do a lot of manual audit and we do a lot of testing of the contract.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering all my questions.
Yeah.
Good questions, Aisha. Let's move on to Western Beast. You had a question for the versatile finance team.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, I think I have about 3 questions. So the first one is that I saw in your white paper that in addition to your rewards that has been established to give the holder the power to select the rewards they want to receive. I think Syed actually asked a question on this, but the next question I actually have on this is that, does this mean that when you roll in more products or services, or when more products or services are rolling out, investors will be notified and then maybe briefed on how these products or services will be able to help them, gain more from your project?
Yes. So we have, David, you want to answer it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Western Beast, if I heard your question correctly, how would we communicate with the community as we roll out new products and features, specifically tied to what benefit does that provide to Versa holders? How will they benefit from those? So I would say we've been transparent from day one with how these products and services function. So I think short answer to your question is yes, we will absolutely announce products and services, and as that revenue model becomes more established, communicate out to the community what percentage of funds that are taken in are distributed back out to shareholders through the various mechanisms we've talked about, whether that's the blockchain fund, buyback burn, BUSD rewards, etc. Is that where you were going with that, Western Beast?
Yeah, that's actually where I was going. I was actually wondering, say product A is released and it's a very wonderful product or a service that will actually help the investors. I was wondering how the investors will get to know that this project actually exists. And but yes, David, that answers my question. Okay,
Okay,
so
great.
my next question is that I also still saw on your white paper that our suite of products and services. I also saw on your white paper that our suite of products and services will allow new business ventures to access leading technology and services that provide support for their startup and launch phases, while offering investor security, transparency, and stable income streams. Now, my question here is that when you say you allow new business ventures access, are you saying that do you align access to leading technologies provided by your own project? And I also heard you talk about partnerships. If these partners have something that these businesses needs to offer, I actually heard I asked question concerning freelancers, something similar. Would you be referring these businesses to these partners?
Yeah, that's correct. So there's obviously a lot of in-house things that we can do at Versa to help a business become established. We talked about the crowdfunding platform, for instance, contract development, those types of things. But there are other projects that we have partnered with that offer, a larger suite of products that we can refer people to. And I think, as D Block mentioned earlier as well, if there are, as we build out the DeFi zone and we establish a larger community of, let's say, freelancers, we could certainly reference or put out, to market, we're in need of, I believe the first person said graphic designer. We're in need of a graphic designer for a logo. Maybe that's something that somebody can contact us on and, contribute that way. But we've already lined up a number of partnerships, extended partnerships, where we can offer additional services that are beyond kind of that core suite of products and services that Versa does. So, one that we've yet to announce, I won't give names or anything like that, but we've looked at some security products that we'll eventually be able to offer to the community as well. So we're continuing to build that partner network so that we can provide referral to those other projects. But to your point, community is very important to Versa. We've established that from day one, that we want to build a really extended community. And if there are services that community members can offer, we are certainly always willing to entertain those conversations and, as needs arise, work out something. So definitely opportunity there.
Wow, that's quite wonderful, David. Okay, my last question is on your accelerator program. Now, you said that new blockchain projects will be able to bring their projects to the market in a streamlined approach. I'd like you to explain what this streamlined approach is, because you said that when they do this, it will bring investors peace of mind, knowing that it's a secure and transparent approach to the project startup. By your streamlined approach, do you mean that they will have to go through some levels of security passes or audit passes?
Yeah, so fantastic question. So really, what kind of the introduction that I hit on at the beginning was tied to a lot of projects that start up seemingly having to reinvent the wheel with tracking down, a funding mechanism, tracking down Web3 developers, contract writers, etc. So by using Versa and our accelerator, you can have access to well-known development shop, well-known audit services, our funding platform that will help you streamline that path. So you can focus as a new project on building out your product and not having to spend your time on tracking down who is a capable resource of providing this service to your project. So you have a trusted network of partners and solution providers by using Versa. And as part of that, some of those security things that you alluded to are built into that process. We're not going to go partner with developers that are known to, do rugs or things like that. So there's, there's a vetted approach to us even selecting our partners, but then also, they are trusted in the community. On top of that, we have the audit services that are provided. D Block went through what all is involved in that. So that's kind of where that peace of mind comes in, is I know that this new project used a very trusted network of solution providers to come to market. So I hope that answers the question, Western Beast.
Yes, thanks a lot, David. Thank you very much for answering my questions in detail. I'm pretty sure the investors listening will have a very good peace of mind when investing in your project. I wish you guys the best, and I hope your project stays bullish moonward. Over to you,
Thank,
Glenn.
thank you so much, Western Beast. I really appreciate the feedback, the positive comments, and the questions.
Thanks for the question, Western Beast. Let's move to Venice. You had a question for Versatile Finance team. Go ahead. I'm not sure we can hear you there, Venice. Maybe come back to you shortly. Let's see. Justice, you had a question for the Versatile Finance team. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there going to be any anti-bot or anti-snipe measures at launch?
Can you hear there, Justin? Can you follow you up?
Hello, did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. You're asking if there is any anti-bot or like anti-bot measures during launch, right? We do have some, but it will not impact a regular investor. It will impact only bots. Now we cannot tell what it is. The reason it's bots will be prepared for that. But if you're investing it through PancakeSwap, as every investor does, and it takes time to click the button, and it will not impact you at all. Does it answer your question?
Lost him, but yeah, that should have answered the question. Let's go to Vermes Joe. You had a question for Versatile Finance team. Go ahead. Are you there, Vermes Joe? No. Let's see, Antstrike. Antstrike, you had a question for the Vermes Finance team. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Glenn? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
you're good.
Yep,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay, thank you. My question is, what kind of security measures do you have in place to make sure the system cannot be exploited, and what are the contingency plans the team has in store to tackle adversities that may spring up and threaten the stability and growth of the project in the future? That's all. Thank you.
So the question is like, what measures do we have in place to make sure that our system, when you say system, the contract and everything is not exploited? Is that
Yes,
is
that's
that
right.
right? Is one okay?
Yes.
Now, if you see like the contract that we have developed, you can come to our TG and do a/CA, right? The contract is one of the safest contract we have. We cannot increase taxes more than 15%, right? We cannot have max transaction above 1%. So one thing is, see, most of the projects they set taxes to 99%, and that's it. No one can sell. We cannot do that. Most of our contracts are safe. The second thing is we have audited our contract by two different audit agencies. Even though we provide audit services, it will not be right for us to audit ourselves. Our contract is audited by Interfee as well as uh, by Rugby Coins. These are two different independent auditors who have audited our contract, right? And apart from that, we launched an investor dashboard today. You can come into the TG and check the investor dashboard. The purpose of the investor dashboard is to show you exactly what are the team wallets and the project wallets holding and how it stands. If you go to BSC scan, you need to go and check each and every wallet manually. And most of the projects do not provide this wallet information at all. But as at Versatile Finance, we are transparent. Every wallet that belongs to the project or team is listed on the tracker, and anyone can track it real time. So the dashboard is ready. I would say we are the first in DeFi to provide such transparency with all the team wallet and project wallets. So everything is available. We always take into consideration investor security. We are a startup, right? Like the token is just a purpose of bringing in shareholders and also expanding our reach to multiple communities. We have a business affiliate program coming in where everybody can participate and earn part of the revenue by referring clients, and the token is the way for that. So as a startup, token is kind of primary to us, but that's a bigger picture as an enterprise that we are building. So we have taken all the security measures, everything into consideration because we believe investor safety is key. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Glenn, and beautiful project. Have a nice day.
Thank you for the question. Let's just move to Venice. You had a question for the Versatile Finance team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Okay, David, you guys have explained very well about marketing and other plans you have for versatile finance. But I was wondering that do you have any plan to also affiliate with colleges, universities to give opportunities to students who have innovative ideas but need assistance in shape their ideas into a potential project?
So if I heard you correctly, I think your question was, do we have any plans to partner with colleges and universities to help them bring their ideas? I would say that the startup phase, the crowdfunding platform is open to all. So people can always submit through that and we can review any project ideas. So as D-Block mentioned earlier, that's open to businesses, charitable foundations, startups, crypto projects. So while it's not specifically called out for colleges and universities, things like that, it is certainly a platform that can support that.
Okay, understood. And thank you so much for answering it.
Thank you for the question, Venice. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. It's been great. Lots of questions tonight. If you've got any questions in the main chat, we've got the official socials there, so we can get you safely over. If you ask anything after the AMA, it's been great speaking to David and D-Block. With Versatile Finance Project, like David says, it's a business portfolio they're building around Versatile Finance, so that's great for investors. The pre-sale sold out very quick, so they've got a strong community, and it's looking great for the future. So it's been awesome for the community investors to hear about Versatile Finance today. As we say, Wellcoin talks for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice.
Really look forward to launching tomorrow. And
okay, I just needed to finish that. Sorry, David. And you can check out the website, Whitepaper, and the official socials there in our main chat. And I think we've got 2 spin the wheels as well today. The 2 lucky winners that joined the call.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Wellcoin Talk, for hosting us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Anything, yeah, they want to say at the end, you're welcome to do while we spin the wheel.
Yeah, I got the wheel up here, Glenn. I don't know if you can see it yet.
I can see that, yeah.
Oh, you can see it. Okay, right. So let me shuffle it, and we'll do 2 spins for 2 lucky winners for $50 each. And we still have the chat locked, guys. So if you do have more questions, if you heard something you liked, if you want to engage some more, if you want to learn more, please just go to the official website, and you can find all the information there. There's a lot of information, and if you want to talk to the team, just join the socials. I'm sure there's always somebody there to answer any and all of your questions. As Glenn said, we try to keep things kind of a high level here to kind of get the message across, so it's easy for everyone to understand. But if you're more on the technical side or a much heavier user, right, you gotta do a little bit more digging. So make sure you check out the official website and go through everything there. So thank you everybody for coming today. This has been awesome, and thank you to the Versatile Finance for being here with us. This has been really great. So thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah, thank you, D-Block and David, for coming today. I'll finish the record and send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our community investors on the call today.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.